What's going on, everyone? So, Luka Doncic, he is starting to get more and more comfortable out there on the basketball court. I know in that Spurs game, he had his struggles, particularly offensively. I know he couldn't really find the bottom of the net, but you've seen him kind of just continue to build this confidence. He's had his great games. He's had these games where you're just like, man, this guy, right? And even in some of the games where he struggled, he's came up huge. Right, the game, trying to remember who it was off the top of my head, but he was shooting the ball terribly, and then he just like hit 4 straight threes. Right, like it might have been the Brooklyn game or the Celtics game. Maybe that's what it was. Right, one of those games. Right, and he just couldn't find the bottom of the net, and then all of a sudden just like hit like 3, 4 straight threes, and it was just like there he is. Or you have a game where he just is struggling, not looking great, and then just gets an offensive rebound and put back right in the clutch when you need it. Right, like he still has that in him, right? And one of the things that I've talked about is I'm not worried about Luka because he's getting everything he wants. He's getting to all his spots. He's getting his shot off, right? And that is what matters, right? Him finding the bottom of the net is just getting his touch back, right? Just getting into that rhythm, get his legs under him. If he was struggling to beat guys off the dribble and get his shot off and shoot over the top and all that stuff, I'd be a little concerned. I'd be like, okay, now pause, we might need some help here, right? Like, but he's not having those struggles. He's not having those issues. He's able to still get to his spots. It's just, again, finding the bottom of the net. And you see some nights he's able to do it, some nights he's not. But even the commentators in that Spurs game talked about how Luka, you can see, is figuring it out, right? Yes, he's struggling to shoot the ball, but he's being more physical. He's getting by his defender a little easier. He's starting to not get winded as much, right? Like when he first got back, which is understandable, again, he missed 6 weeks due to injury. Comes back, plays 2 games, and misses another week. Right? It's why I keep saying, like, context matters. Like, people want me to be a little more critical of Luka, but I can't yet. Right? Again, context matters. Right? I've been critical of Reeves and LeBron and everyone else, but why? Because they've been on the team long enough. They understand. We know what they want. But even like Reeves missed a couple games, got injured, came back, had that 3 games where he was a little rough, and I defended him. And I said the same thing, right? I was like, hey, like let's give him a couple games to get his legs back, and then let's see. And since then, he's been great. I am glad I gave him that, and defended him for that because he made me look great. Right? Same thing with Luka. I'm not worried about Luka yet. The moment we traded for Luka, one of the big things that I talked about was, I don't really care between the moment we traded for him to the end of the season. I care about game 1 of the NBA playoffs, right? So to me, between the moment we traded for him and the end of the season, the final game of the season, I care about him progressing and making that version of Luka, starting to progress into that guy we know he's capable of being. That's the Luka I'm looking to see. And you're starting to see that, right? In my opinion. Again, he's starting to get more comfortable out there, starting to build that chemistry with players. Right? He had nearly a triple-double last night. The defense has been good. He's never going to be this elite, lockdown, hey, you need to stop, put Luka on him type guy. But he's been good, right? Like, he's been very good defensively. He's been serviceable. It's all you can ask for from Luka. Is just, can you not get blown by every possession? Can you at least try and make an effort on the defense side of things? And he has. It is really hard to integrate a star, right? I've talked about it. Guys like Dorian Finney-Smith. Why was he immediately impactful, our best plus-minus guy, night in and night out? And it was like he's always been on the team. Because he's a role guy. You're just like, hey, dude, you know what you've done your entire career? You know what you've built, whatever, it's been 12-year career on or whatever? Yeah, do that here, right? We don't need you to change anything. We don't need you to be something you're not. We don't need you to just, what you do, just do it here. That's it, right? So guys like that, they don't miss a beat. It's really easy to integrate those guys. A star, on the other hand, they're used to getting X amount of attempts, playing a particular role, taking the certain type of shots and, so on and so forth. Well, Luka is not only all of that, but he's also one of the highest usage players and one of the most ball dominant players in the history of the league, right? And he's your point guard. It takes time to build chemistry, get a feel for players, understand where they're at, right? And I know, again, he's coming off of a bad shooting night, but the previous 2 games, he was great. He was great. Shot the ball well, did all that stuff. It was fine, right? Again, bad shooting nights happen, bad nights happen, even stars. LeBron's had bad games this season, and he's been spectacular, right? Luka talked about it, right? For all the Luka naysayers and the ones that have been overly critical of Luka, right? I mean, the guy's giving you 25, 8, and 8, right? On a team that he just got on, that's had no real stability or consistency since he's got on the team because he missed time, Reeves missed time, LeBron missed time. And those are the 3 main guys he's supposed to be, or I guess 2 main guys that he's supposed to be building the chemistry with, right? And learning his new teammates and the new coach and the offensive schemes and the defensive schemes and building chemistry with guys like Jackson Hayes and all that stuff. And I think he's been great, right? He had a god-awful shooting night. And he still gave you 21 points and nearly gave you a triple-double, right? That's great. I would take that. I mean, that's a great night for most teams. And all of us were like, man, Luka was bad, right? And you look at it, he gave you 21, 9, and 14 with 2 steals and a block and only had 2 turnovers. And we're all like, man, Luka didn't have a great game last night. That shows how great Luka is. And again, you're seeing the progress. Not just so much with his shot, obviously, because his shot still is a little inconsistent. We're seeing the progress in just his conditioning. It is the physicality on the basketball court, him sliding and moving better, his chemistry with the players, and particularly Jackson Hayes. I mean, he's turned Jackson Hayes into, an all-star center, literally, right? And that's something else, right? I might do a video about it because I get asked this a lot, and particularly lately I've been asked this a lot, right? Just because Jackson Hayes has been a topic of conversation a lot. But why does Jackson Hayes play so well off of Luka compared to LeBron and Reeves, right? And it's because of the style of play. LeBron kind of wants everything clear, drive, and kick out. He's always looking out for the kick out man, particularly the corner 3 guy. Where Luka, he's fine with the traffic. He wants to navigate, get into the teeth of the defense, create that dribbled penetration, and then when the defense collapses, boom, easy lob, right? He's constantly keeping an eye on the dunker spot and constantly keeping an eye on the lob threat, right? LeBron, yes, he does that at times, but he's more of I want to put my head down, get to the basket, either finish at the rim, or if the defense collapses, easy kick out and to an open shooter, right? Reeves kind of does the same thing, but Reeves plays closer to Luka, where you're starting to see Reeves look for Jackson Hayes more as a lob threat. And I think that that'll continue. But anyway, just kind of wanted to talk about Luka and how, he's, in my opinion, is starting to look a lot better, right? He's looking just more agile out there. He's not, he's never been this hyper athlete or anything, but I hope you get the point, right? He's looking more comfortable out there, in my opinion. Looking more confident out there, in my opinion. That's what you want to see. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel with your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So if you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.